The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome back.
I'm Ariana.
And I am Brittany.
And this is
an A&B Conversation.
Another week with our friends.
Period.
Imagine if we sang our own intro.
We should. I'm just kidding. No, we shouldn't.
Hello, hello, hello. That would definitely be
right.
like so fucking painful to watch.
No, literally.
Another week with our friends. Woohoo.
Hello.
We missed you guys.
Right.
Again, thank you for the support.
Mm-hmm. And whoever is new, hey.
Welcome. Welcome to the party.
Period.
This week is definitely a little switch up, something a little fun. There is a new show on Netflix. Shout out to Netflix. We love Netflix.
Right.
We love Netflix. There is a new show on Netflix. It is currently the number one show, or actually the number one Netflix produced production in America. Drum roll, please. Dum, 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 dum. You're doing it in your head, and that's the best part. And for our audio-only listeners, Brittany just made a drum roll face.
I didn't know what else to do. I felt it. I just didn't feel like I felt it.
It was all internal. It was
here.
there. It was within spirit. So the show we are giving a really real, raw, and honest review is Nobody Wants This.
Period.
And the premise is basically about two girls in LA, two sisters that have a podcast, and one of the sisters' dating life is the focus. Her love interest, her, I don't want to say negative past experiences, because I feel like,
because it was barely there, but...
Right, yeah, but it didn't go great.
Right, the concept was definitely driven that way.
Yeah. They definitely spotlight that her dating past isn't...
Trash. It's trash.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
It definitely gave it gave situationships across the board. Mm-hmm. And yes, I mean, some parts obviously are super relatable for Britt and I because we're two girls with a podcast, and and we're two girls in and out of situationships with a really spotted dating past.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have some notes, some thoughts for you guys. We're gonna bust out the handy dandy notes.
Right. If you haven't watched this, please don't. Yeah. Please don't.
Oh, yeah.
Please
Spoiler
go watch
alert.
it. Right.
Spoiler
go watch it and
alert.
then come back. But if you don't give a fuck, like I don't give a fuck, I will listen to things like that and then watch it myself because I need to know.
I would love a review, pre-review.
Yeah.
So consider this either your pre-review or your spoiler alert.
Right. Or. Right.
All the in between.
Right, literally. We're debriefing.
Yeah. That is a debrief.
We're debriefing.
Debriefing for the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
where am I?
Overall, it got 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I actually looked up some of the other shows. Britt's favorite show, Insecure, got a 97. So this one is close, but it did not win. And on IMDb, it got an 8.1 out of 10, and there were over 18,000 submitted reviews / comments on it. I said, one day,
right?
A&B Conversation, the podcast, A&B Conversation vlogs, or A&B vlogs will be at over 18,000 comments.
Right.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So right now, all of yours count.
Please leave one or four.
Or 18,000.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that's one thing I really did enjoy about this show was how much the girls were striving to elevate their brand, like their podcast brand. And I was just like felt because for the past like 2 weeks, I've been working on and like reviewing companies for one of the products that Britt and I want to put out. I'm not going to say too much, but it is definitely work elevating a podcast brand. And I love that they highlighted, like, sometimes the sisters definitely disagreed. Sometimes they were, like, all in and had so much hope and enthusiasm for, like, in one of the episodes, they were supposed to have a meeting with the Spotify executives. And I was like, how fucking dope. Like,
right.
Because I know we'd be a ball of emotions if we were given that opportunity to go meet and pitch them
Right.
our podcast, especially for a live show. Mm-hmm. Shout out to ticket sales. Shout out Ticketmaster.
No, listen.
We love Ticketmaster. Right. Yeah, and in one of the episodes too, or in two of the different episodes, one of their podcast guests was an aura reader, and I thought that was hysterical because I know that's something you and I would for sure have on if we could find like a valid. But one of the sisters was definitely a non-believer. Mm-hmm. She was just looking at him like, don't fucking touch me. Like, don't, I'm not down for this. Like, and he at one point started like patting her cheeks and was just like, I can't read you. You have no aura. And she's just like, that's rude. Right. That's gaslighty. And I'm like, ooh, I could definitely see us with an aura reader. Right. And he gave the other sister that was definitely like optimistic and a believer. He was like, you're an emerald green. And she was like, oh, that is so me. Like, I am not an emerald green aura. I don't even know what that means, the shade, but I know it's not me.
Right. When I got my aura read, I think it was like every color. It was like a rainbow, like a white effect around it, which they usually say like that's like protecting energy.
I got it read years ago in college, and mine was like a light purple. Or yellow. I can't remember. I remember it was a color I was like,
right. And then it also like changes based on like your chakras and like if they're open, closed, what they need.
Well, she was more, the person who did it was a finesser, and she was like, there's a spell on you. If you give me like $60, I could fix it. And I was just like, well, I now have a photo, like a Polaroid of my aura. So,
like, girl, fuck you.
Yeah, and I'm still thriving with me and this spell.
Right.
Like, it's never going to be that horrible. But one of their other, well, I don't remember it being actually seen through or like played out in the episode, but one of their other guests was supposed to be a sex therapist, and the sisters were debating about who could go pick up and purchase the vibrator that the sex therapist was promoting. And the vibrator was called the Obliviator, and everybody, like all of their group of friends, had so many comments and like positive, like, you got to work your way up, you can't just go in on the 10. And I was just like, for branding purposes, naming a vibrator the Obliviator is brilliant. Because I know some ladies that like to be obliviated.
Okay. No, literally.
You know, get you an Obliviator. I don't even know if that's real, but I mean, if not, Netflix definitely just plugged some sex toy companies to a genius concept. Yeah, they're
right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna assume there are so many sex companies, and somebody had to
have done the Obliviator. Right.
But you never know.
I mean, if not, no.
Somebody should.
Trademark pending. No, I'm just joking. I don't think, I definitely, all the ideas and concepts we have, sex toys is not one that's listed because I feel like, one, that's a liability. Two, that's a lot of work to find a manufacturer that's going to make it quality. So, you know.
Right.
No cock rings here, people. I'm just trying to delete some of my notes. Britt, overall, was not the biggest fan.
So.
But again, we love Netflix.
Cute. Right. It was cute. This is just my opinion.
Yes. That's a good deal.
This is just my opinion.
Solely our opinions.
Very much.
This is not affiliated with Netflix. However, we're open.
Oh, right. Definitely only my opinion. I thought it was cute. First pilot episode, very cute, catchy, cool. I also am biased. I hate rom-coms. Like, they're not like, and this one gave Hallmarky. Like, there wasn't a lot of substance. There wasn't a lot of shit going on. Stuff like that.
It was a desperate plot to make the love happen, for sure.
Very much. And that was like a lot for me.
It was disappointing.
Like the first episode, like I thought it was gonna be a very good balance of podcasts.
We thought it was gonna give a little thriller,
or like something happening, or like a wow factor. There was no wow factor. There was nothing wow about it.
Actually,
I was waiting a little.
Spoiler alert. The end. He gives up Judaism to be with her.
Oh, he gave up Judaism?
He literally is like, I will give this up. Like,
damn.
So the wow factor
So
is at the end. Brit didn't get it
Right.
all the way through, but
I
if
talked to
there
my
was
boss today and I asked her what happened at the end.
Oh,
but
okay,
like,
okay, so you knew. So
but I
was
thought
gonna
it was
say-
the opposite. No, actually, she did say that, but she didn't say like he just like gave it all
yeah,
up.
she legit left the bat mitzvah and was like,
It's over.
I don't have to do this. I pick you. And I was like,
Right. I was like, okay.
not you giving up your God for pussy.
No, literally. So
Better him than me, because me and my Lord,
no,
we're locked in. I'm not giving up my Lord for dick. Just saying.
Right. So I thought it was interesting that I was like reading like an article about it,
Mhm.
and the like writer and creator of the show,
That
this
was
was
her
based
life.
on her true story. Like this was her life. Like
Yes.
this, she was based on a true story. So I was like, okay, cute, like real
Yeah.
cute. Like obviously, it wasn't the same thing. It was loosely
You would
based.
hope not.
Right, because what did it say? He's like an entertainment exec. She
is the daughter of David Foster, so she's a nepo baby. She doesn't have to work. But she does work.
But she
created
does.
the show.
Creator, writer.
Yeah.
She has a lot of titles.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she converted as soon as like she met him. She knew
Yeah.
that she wanted to be with him. She converted, and
I wonder, is
they
it
got
love,
married.
or is it like the affirmation or affirmations of that religion? Like, are you doing it for love, or are you doing it because you're really sold and like
Yeah,
convinced that religion is
right.
beneficial for your soul and spirit
right.
and your afterlife?
But I just feel like there are a lot of religions, because this show like I just watched I love me a fucking reality TV show.
Mhm.
I watched a show. It was called Forbidden Love, and it was all about like couples dating different culture, like people with different
very
culture
similar
background.
premise. Yeah.
It was exactly the same,
Yeah.
but like movie, like you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
But won't say exactly, but a lot of like because
Super
like they're
similar.
like almost all of them were extremely
Separate.
different. Like there was
Yeah.
a Mormon person
Oh.
and like a regular, like a city girl. Like you know what I
Mm.
mean?
Can
There-
you imagine?
I'd seen it. It wasn't good. Like she's trying to pretend to be fucking Mormon. Like his fucking family. Fuck you.
Yeah,
We're
they
never
were
talking
not
to her
for it,
again. Like
yeah.
you're disowned.
You've
Very
been
much.
shunned.
He was shunned.
He was shunned?
He was shunned. They tried to like go there and like rekindle or at least see them.
Shut it down.
They had to stop production.
Yep.
They couldn't
Shut it
walk
down.
like 600 feet. They end up finding out. Somebody called the brother. The brother told the parents. The parents left. They got the fuck out of there because not for nothing. The family shuns you,
Yeah.
but you're also shunned from the community. So you
Yeah,
can't be
yep.
here.
Mhm.
You
That is
can't
with
be
a lot
here.
of religions.
Yeah, like
It's not
Muslim
just-
is hard.
It's a
like, you know,
community. It's not just a family.
It's not just your family.
It's a community.
So with that, it's like a lot of religions. You can't just be like, okay, this is for this and that's it. Like you,
No.
they already live their life like this. Like
100%.
this is who they are as people.
They've committed to that.
It's over. A lot of people, some people don't ever have the option and don't care if there is an option. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Their
They're raised in
contentment.
that, and then
Right.
that's just what it is. And you're not going to, what you say or do is not going to change how they feel about certain situations and things like that. So it was like, there was.
That's really funny. There's a parallel reality show to this. Definitely.
Yes,
Like,
yes, and I already watched that, so I was like,
scripted.
it really reminded me of that. I was
yeah.
like, okay, I can get it. Like, you know what I mean? Because there was
understand,
also a
especially
Jewish person, and she was converting to Judaism.
Yeah,
Judaism.
Judaism. Yep.
Period. She was converting for him, and like they have to go through a whole school, and
It
the
is-
rabbi literally has to tell you, like, I think that you're okay to take the test. It's not even like it. They take courses. They're with
I
each
knew
other
they take courses
for months, could be
Mhm.
years. Whenever they think that they're
The
ready,
rabbi gives you the go.
yeah, and then you have
Mhm.
to take a test, and then you have to pass the test. Like it's like a lot. Like it's not like you're just like
baptism.
they
Gotcha.
got songs that they gotta like that they
Yeah.
gotta sing, and like things like that. It's actually like literally
Yeah.
they can't eat the same. They can't dress the same. You can't even wear fucking your hair out. You gotta wear
No,
wigs.
if you're a conservative Jew, you do
have to wear a wig.
As a woman, you do wear a wig.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have to wear a wig.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things.
It's
Like
a
you can't
lot, yeah.
like things like that. Like you can't just be like, okay, we're married. Just kidding.
Like or like I'm just gonna
still a
ease
hog-
my way
right,
into this
I'm still
culture.
going to Miami in my bikini
Yeah,
on the beach.
no.
Like, no, you're not.
You're giving parka and wig.
Yes, and you're
That's
nobody
it.
better not see your lovely lady lumps. Very much.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy the fact that it was based on a true story, and then the fact
Right,
that I
yeah.
already seen that, so that was like, that was a good. I liked it.
One thing I actually did like on the show, and it's not a set theme song for the show,
Mhm.
but it did reoccur in the show a few times, was this song is called See Her Out, and it's in
Mhm.
parentheses, That's Just Life by Francis and the Lights. And
Mhm.
Francis and the Lights used to work, I don't know if he still might, but worked with Kanye for a long time on some albums,
Mhm.
and just like had like really heavy influence on like a lot of other artists, and he was so behind the scenes for so much, and I was like, I almost forgot about you.
Right.
But here you are making like
Right.
a dope ass song that's
On
definitely
Netflix.
catchy.
Right.
Right on Netflix. We see you, Francis,
On
getting the Netflix money.
No, literally.
Yeah, but I definitely enjoyed the song. I actually added it to my playlist. I was like, doom, doom, doom,
Right.
doom, 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 doom. It's definitely like more of like a house music indie song. That's the best way I could describe it. Yeah.
Period.
What were some of your cons for the show? Any more positives? I'm trying to think. Let me just.
I think everything I have is like a mix with a positive.
Like a pro and a con?
Very much. There was no black people. Like,
there was not one.
There was not one sitting in the restaurant. There wasn't one like hanging out.
There was one
It wasn't
Asian.
a friend. And that's what I hate. Like,
they had their token. Like, they had their token.
That's what I hate. I like shows with a good concept, and I like shows with a good representation of like real life. Like, you know what I mean?
100%.
I don't like when there's not like
a real
fucking person. Well, one person, not even in the background in the line grabbing a drink at the bar. Nobody.
And there were a lot of bar scenes, and there was even a basketball scene.
So I don't like
shows
like that.
They didn't say white man can't jump for nothing.
But motherfuckers could not jump. Okay?
Oh yeah,
they sucked. That's what I loved. Okay.
So in one of the episodes, so actually just to go back, in total I think there are 9 episodes. They're about 20 to 30 minutes each. 10 episodes, 20 to 30 minutes each. And in one of the episodes, the Jewish community had a men's adult basketball league, and it performed just as it sounded. Sucked.
Terrible.
Yeah, they were not good. Ball was not life. However, all of the girlfriends, the WAGs, so the wives and girlfriends of those air quote athletes, decided to make it a drinking game. Every time they missed a shot, they drank tequila straight.
They took a shot.
Yeah. And by the end of the game,
they were take a shot.
Lit. Yeah. No, see a missed shot, take a shot, which is, I feel like that could be its own drinking game for like parents at their kids like little league.
They ate. That was at my league. Like that was in my. That was up
in
my
your
alley.
vibe.
Okay, I like that. Yes.
What are you gonna call that game for the moms out there?
Shots for shots.
Non-shots for shots.
Right, or shots for shots. You can switch it up depending on the team. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
You know how the team is.
Yeah.
So you'll know how to play.
Base it on your team. You're either doing non-shots for shots or shots for shots. These ladies did non-shots for shots and got tore down.
Yeah.
They got lit. They had a ball.
Yes, exactly.
And by the end of it, they were lit. They were having so much fun. They were cheering so hard. And one of the guys at the end of the scene was like, we lost. And they're like, woo! With the tequila and just having a ball. And I would definitely, like, if you had to be a girlfriend of a grown-ass adult who plays a sport that, it's like you didn't make it in college. You didn't make it in high school.
Clearly.
That sport is done.
Yeah.
But if you have to be supportive, make it a drinking game.
Yeah.
Be a supportive girlfriend. Show up to his D12 fucking football, basketball, little league.
Right. Little league.
Little
That's
league.
Really
his little league. And have a drinky drink. Make some friends.
Period.
And that's
how
what
you
the
make a
ladies
friend.
did. That is how you make a friend.
Game is the sure way.
Yeah. For sure. That was definitely one of the scenes I did like too was, or just I guess one of the premises was really how patient he was with her. And I was just like, ugh. Count me in for that. Like the main love interest, the man, we're gonna call him Hot Rabbi because that was his podcast nickname for the Sisters podcast. Hot Rabbi was definitely very calm, very respectful with her, and very loving. And I was like, ugh, goals.
Yeah.
Goals.
Literally. I mean, she found what she was looking for, period.
She did. And she just went to, like, she met him organically. She went to her and her sister's manager's party, a cookout, and she met him.
And he was just there.
He was there.
Single and ready to mingle.
Yeah, single-ish.
Right, because he was barely ready to mingle.
Yeah.
But he seen her and he was ready.
He did, yeah, and that's all it is. Like, that's what it is. Organically meeting somebody and just them being really well-suited for you and the rest being history.
Period.
Ugh.
Period.
That's one thing I don't like about a rom-com is, like, seeing some shit and wanting it. You know, like, you want it, but I definitely don't ever really leave it, like, sad. I'm like, all right, you got this. You can do this. If this fake scripted show can do it, you can do it. It is not impossible. So I've been like, should I do blind dating? A and B speed dates?
Oh, very much. Stay tuned.
A and B balloon pops?
Right. Oh, God. I can't do that game.
Oh, I'd love to be
A
the
bitch.
walker in if they pop on
Right?
me or the one popping. Like, count me in for...
Oh, my God. I would pop my damn shit so fast. I don't like to.
I know off first sight if I'm interested or not. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
We definitely have to do that. Stay tuned. Another opportunity for A and B. The New York Times, and I'm paraphrasing but slightly quoting them, said that the show was a resurrection of rom-coms, and I feel like it's like what you said. Like, we're not rom-com fans, but the early 2000s, they did rom-coms, and they did them well. And this definitely gives that vibe, like, because I feel like our rom-coms, like modern rom-coms, are definitely so toxic. Like, it's they all are ending in a situationship.
Right,
like,
right.
there's no love and there's no
Right.
romance in the rom-com of it all. Like,
Right.
so I definitely agree with the New York Times there. Like, that, I don't know. A resurrection is aggressive for me,
Right.
but I definitely see that series bringing back some element of rom-coms.
Right.
Or some desire, because it's also been #1 on Netflix for about 2.5 weeks. So there's something there.
Yeah.
There's something there. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, for the rom-com people, there's something
Yes,
there.
for sure. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying, like, I didn't.
No,
whatever,
I know, but
like,
yeah, we had
right.
to specify that is not our preference.
Right,
I'm a
'cause I like
docu-series
right.
horror movie type of bitch.
Right, because, I mean, a long time ago, I loved the Ashton Kutcher rom-com. He was the king.
He's in
He
some shit
made
now.
it happen. He is.
Yeah.
But that was what I liked. I like
Yeah.
a little heartbreak, and I like a little heartbreak and
See,
heart healing.
you like the get back of it
I need
all.
something. I need
Yeah.
what are we doing this
There needs
for?
to be up and
I
down.
need exactly.
Which is more realistic
A realistic
in
relationship.
relationships, situationships,
Right,
and life.
right.
Because their love life definitely, once it took off, it definitely, like, skyrocketed and definitely gave, like, there's just, like,
Right.
no worries for the rest of our days. Like,
right. I needed the ex-girlfriend to come and
oh,
pop up
Molly
and
wop
beat
her
some
ass.
You
yeah.
know, like, cause
Yep.
a scene.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ruin a wedding.
Yeah.
Like,
In the end, she actually was like, the ex-girlfriend was like, you're having the life I always thought I'd get. You're going to be the rabbi's wife. And that's a lot of pressure. And I was just like, I mean, that's a
I
little
know,
like,
like,
get your
what
rocks off with some shady tea. But, like, bitch, don't talk. Like,
calm the fuck down.
this life left you.
No, literally.
He left you.
Because of you.
Because
Kinda.
your own actions.
Right.
Yeah.
The fuck?
For sure. I definitely, like, I think the most positive takeaway for me was the sister dynamic of a podcast and how much branding and work they were doing and how constant they were talking about their podcast, because that's definitely our reality. Is like, our podcast is work, and we do dedicate so much work to it and have plans for it to evolve and futuristic things. So
Right. And, like, the
'Cause
people around us know. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they are involved.
Yeah, very much. Or if they're not, like, they know what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? They know, don't call me during such and such hours on
Don't-
such and
don't
such
call
day.
me.
I'm
Yeah.
doing this. Like, I have
New
to do
episodes
this.
every Thursday at 6 p.m.
Hello, thank you.
Comment, like, subscribe, send it to a friend.
Literally.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? Like, that all makes sense. And I like so, like, there was, like, the part where, like, they were having, like, a disconnect because, like, she didn't have nothing to fucking talk about.
In some weeks, that is some
but
weeks.
like what I'm saying is like it's very relatable in an effect where like people get into relationships and they get like they're so caught in weed that it's boring as fuck. Like
they have
we
nothing
went
outside
to the store,
of a
we
weed.
did this. There's no gossip. There's no hot takes. There's no nothing. Like it's me and did this, and then we went to and then we did this, and then, oh my god, we saw this, and then we
turns into I, when I turns into we and we only.
Yeah, it gets
you're not for me.
boring,
Yeah.
and like I was like, okay, you know, like that's relatable in relationships. It happens often, and like when it's so fresh and new and stuff like that.
We down
very much, and when they come from like. You know,
having a rough and tough time,
right? You know, or like all their episodes are like meaty and like interesting and like it's like hot and heavy and like you know what I mean. There's different things going on to like. I'm so happy.
Yeah, the honeymoon phase phased out, and it was just.
It's like, girl,
even keels,
right.
Yeah.
You gotta get some you back. You
yeah.
gotta get something. Yep. Give us
and
something.
That was with the single sister, definitely in the series, a conflict the single sister had. Cause she's just like, this is not you. Like, you're not a we person. Like, you don't usually lose your individuality. And like, we still have this podcast,
right?
Which is
what about
us,
me?
not,
we too, bitch.
Yeah, a we too.
We
that
too.
Is a
me and you is a we, just like you and him is a we.
Yeah.
So sometimes that gets lost. So I was like, okay, y'all
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like any single girl has had at least one friend that went from an I to a we with her man.
Right.
And definitely neglected the friendships.
Yeah.
And
like a lot of people just totally jump into it, which commending. Thank you. Good for you. But like
cheers and snaps.
Right.
Yeah.
There's cause and effect for everything. Or with everything anyways.
What is your biggest con and or takeaway? Also, I love the fact that their podcast was called, and the show is called Nobody Wants This. Mm-hmm. Like, that is just so funny and interesting, especially for a sex podcast, but also like a sisters podcast, just to be like raw and real of like, oof, this is what's really going on. This is really how I'm rocking right now, and this is what I have to offer. Nobody wants this. Like, until somebody does. The right one comes around.
And shit happens. My biggest con was, again, that it's a rom-com and it's just like, and there was nothing that was happening. Like that's the only, that's the biggest.
Flat.
It was flat. Flat ass Coca-Cola.
Not the shaken can.
Flat as hell. Yeah. Just nothing to get. Like, it just didn't, like, it was cute, so it made you come back and watch the rest. But it was low in substance.
It was low in substance. That's a good way to put, like, it definitely was flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked, like, the dry humor, like, the comedy.
The sarcasm was phenomenal.
I like that. I love Kristen Bell in that. Like, she does that well.
She
like, you know what I mean? So, like,
a sarcasm.
And I like her. So, like, that was... those were good parts for me. Like, I liked that part. And that's what kept me watching. Too, like, some shit was funny. I liked it. So
definitely got their puns off, and their sarcasm and their satire was definitely good.
Yes, liked it.
I didn't have an overall, when watching it, an overall, like, con, other than, like you said, that the love story was definitely forced and not as realistic. But once I did some research about this show, and just like you said, read articles, looked at reviews, the creator of the show, Erin Foster, said that she wanted to put a positive outlook on the Jewish community. And I think it is extremely insensitive with a genocide going on right now to try to just push a really positive Jewish narrative when Israel is just murdering so many people and, you know, just demolishing cultures and history and land and people. So I think, you know, for her being like a white blonde in Hollywood and a Nepo baby, like it's not, like, I'm not surprised, but it doesn't make it like acceptable by her. So shame on you, Erin Foster. But again, you know, this podcast stands for freeing Palestine, freeing Lebanon, free Yemen, you know. So we're definitely not here for that false narrative, like, of pushing Judaism or trying to push a culture to distract from what's really going on in the world. Once I seen her, and I'm pretty sure it was quoted that was quoted by her. So she either said that directly or something along those lines, but definitely, just
right
pushing that narrative.
Clock that tea, girl.
But I did also, in doing the research, found out one of Netflix's co-founders, and I don't remember which one. It was a guy, which I don't know if there are two guys or what, but one of the guys is a huge Kamala Harris supporter, and he's like very publicly Democratic. So I was like, again, we love Netflix. Shout out to Netflix.
Right.
Shout out to the co-founder being very publicly Democratic, and same.
Right.
Same. We're right with you, bro.
Right. No, literally.
But overall, I feel like go watch it. Go watch it.
It was cute.
If
you like a little love story, if you like a little Hallmark during the holidays or any other time, definitely watch it. This is a show for you. Yeah. I feel like it can catch some people's eyes and be interesting. Cute little watch.
Yeah, and it's an easy thing to binge because the episodes are short and the season is short, which there is not. I haven't seen anything written about a season 2, so this could just be it.
Right. They're right. Very much.
I don't think it will be it though, because people are comparing it to a more modern day Sex and the City. So we shall see. But
interesting.
I thought it was a reach because I said the fashion. The fashion did not give Sex and the City.
Like
Charlotte was wearing vintage Valentino. Like this girl had on jeans and a top for a date.
Like
and there are so many jeans and a top girls.
Yeah, but
I'm definitely going to give Sex in the City.
There was no sex that even happened in the whole show, barely.
Just one episode. Yeah.
For their whole podcast to be about sex, I expect a little.
We
a
wanted
little
some
hot
humping.
And heavy, okay?
We wanted to see the humping.
And it didn't happen.
Nope. But shout out to the
that
Obliterator. Yeah. So please, if you have the time, we know you got something to binge this.
Right. Let us know if you like it.
Yeah, or if you hate it.
Right.
We're so open.
Literally. Because, see how I feel.
And again, this is just our opinions.
Just our fucking opinion.
But we had to give it to the people.
Period.
It is the #1 show on Netflix.
Period. Let us know if you have something that you would like us to watch and review. We're open to other shows.
Absolutely. But also, just know, an Aries and a Sag are just going to be raw and honest.
To get my opinion.
Yep. Yep.
Until next time.
And this is an A&B conversation. People